What's up, everybody? It's your boy Frank Passion, bringing you another Feisty Fridays with Passion. Today we're going to jump right into it, giving you the top 5 key signs of why he may actually be worth your time. I know last time, if you weren't here, we discussed the 5 key signs of why he may be wasting your time, or he might not be worth it at all. But this time we're switching it up. We're bringing you an all-encompassing perspective on the topic. Thank you for tuning in. If you like any other content you're seeing now or any other content you've seen before and you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. I appreciate the support. It'll give me more encouragement to produce more content on these type of topics. So thank you very much. If you are liking these topics or want me to discuss any new topics, please comment below in the description and subscribe and let me know you subscribe so I can give you a thank you and welcome to the family. Now, without further ado, let's jump right into it. Why not? And at number 1 is the subtle, selfless investments, such as time, for example. Yes, as bad enough as it is, our internal clocks are always in haywire between the hustle and bustle to obtain what we want and what we need. But if outside of the basic necessities of his time is all geared and catered towards the nurturing of your soul, then honestly, sweetie, you might be onto something. That's a huge sign that he's actually invested in something more than possibly, I mean, obviously something temporarily, right? Another prime example is attention. Let's say he's spending a majority of his free time with you as opposed to hanging out with his boys or playing 2K or whatever type of fucking shenanigans he could possibly be getting into. He's showing you that he's actually catering his actual focus towards something that is meaningful. A lot of the time we get easily distracted as men, but if you have a majority of our time and you're captivating that, it clearly shows a sign that he has more intense emotions and intimacy and affection towards you. I forget those chivalrous notions. They go unheard or unappreciated, goddammit. They go unappreciated so often that they actually represent so much. Like, they really represent so much, especially if your man is constantly showing gentleman tendencies with you knowing that he has this huge essence or flair of ratchetness in his personality or persona. He's clearly trying to show you or express to you his level of affection reaches farther than his actual front street, I should say, like front street, or like his actual persona to the outside world. That should be considered as a keeper. Sign number 2 being self-expression. No, I don't mean that like, what are we, kind of Drake shit. I mean the level of comfortability where he can express himself to you without having fear or backlash of your intentions or your opinion of anything he has to say. What I mean by that is him being able to share his dreams, his goals, his problems, and his vision moving forward with you, and not being ridiculed or feeling uncomfortable in the sense of not being able to be understood. I think you understand what I'm talking about. Because another reason, an example that self-expression goes a long way is empathetic understanding, honestly. When he empathetically listens to you, your goals, your dreams, your problems, and he is completely selfless in what you have to say. Like, he's actually catered to what you have to say and is coming up with ways that doesn't involve any self-interest so that he can uplift, motivate, and get you out of the sunken place that Kanye's in. Nah, but I'm just fucking with you. But like, nonetheless, it's basically being on that equal platform where comfortability is open and self-expression is open to a point where there's no hiding, you know what I mean? There's no ulterior motives. Everything's out on the table, and you guys are both progressively working towards the vision that y'all set forth, both personally and as a unit. Like, that really goes a long way. Self-expression is probably one of the huge things that are hindering men from actually taking steps forward into the future with women that they want to have a future with, but honestly, they're probably too insecure or chicken shit to actually admit it. But here I am, admitting it for you. So that's key sign number 2. Sign number 3 being his values outside of you. This means the treatment and views of women outside of your self-centered scope. Sorry, this doesn't include you. I'm talking about his mom, his friends, his siblings, the way he treats them, their environment that he embraces when he's with them? Is it positive? Is it negative? Is it toxic? Is it loving? Is it uplifting? Honestly, these are key signs and foreshadowing that you possibly might have something good, or it might be bad. So that's one of the examples of his values outside of you. Another example is his environment, his friendship environment, that his social bubble, I should say. Like, does it represent you in the best fashion? I know this is the part where you can get self-centered again. Does he represent you in the best fashion when he's out with his niggas? Oh, excuse me, I don't mean to say the N-word, but I am a nigga, but it is what it is. If when he's out with his guys, and is he representing you in the highest fashion? Is his friends embracing your relationship? Because honestly, friends that don't embrace the relationship till its fullest in a non-biased standpoint are honestly toxic, and they don't help the relationship at all. So pay attention to the friends he keeps around, the environment he likes to be around, and that should give you a key understanding of his values outside of you. So you're not confused if any of those things start to intertwine in the relationship. Another key sign is his mindset. Honestly, this is like a major key. Does he have long-term goals? Does he have short-term goals? Is he ambitious? Like, is he working towards those long-term and short-term goals? Is he financially invested into wise things, or like foolish things? For example, like, is he making a lot of money but he's spending it on things that don't uplift or elevate you guys or elevate himself? Like, for example, spending, I don't even want to get into the examples, but you get the point. Like, his mindset shapes the way he essentially carries you as a unit. You know what I mean? Like, number 4 being sex. Yes, it's an obvious but not so obvious one. It has to do a lot with his comfortability levels and his routine. Like, whether does he switch it up or not, or is he just beating a dead horse doing the same old song? So we're gonna get into that right now. His comfortability level plays a huge role in his willingness to commit long term. And what I mean by this is just like his ability to lay back in the sexual arena. Obviously, like, is he open or completely comfortable with being flaccid around you? Like, it does not bother him. That's a huge sign that he is willing to be vulnerable with you, and he's okay with being vulnerable with you. Another sign: does he take off his socks at any given point in time when you're together? That's another huge note of openness and being vulnerable with your partner. Because, like, small things like that, like, those things may seem minuscule, but honestly those are huge drivers in his level of comfortability and his level of security around females. So pay attention to his comfortability levels. Is he laid back? Is he not laid back? Like, these are huge signs that he might actually be worth your time. Another example that I'm just gonna dive right into is the switch up. What I mean by this is, like, the routine switch up. Is he beating the same dead horse? Like, is he doing the same routine over and over and over and over? Or is he like spicing it up? Is he switching it up? Because if he's switching it up and things are getting more intense, he's obviously physically invested in you, and he wants to give you more. Like, he wants to keep it creative, he wants to keep it spicy. These are huge signs of longevity and long-term commitment, because he's clearly not letting the intimacy and that flair die. He's doing everything he can to keep it spicy. Oof. Honestly, bringing us to reason number 5, being the intimacy and passion is at the forefront of affection. Like, for example, does that boy or does that man praises your celestial goddess soul and light, and is thankful for being blessed with your present every opportunity that he gets? Well, does he? Passionately adore sharing such a deep connection with someone as beautiful as you. Like, literally, does his face, does his vibe, does his aura fucking illuminate whenever he sees you, or your name is even mentioned? Honestly, these are fucking huge signs that this boy is feeling you. intensely. But surely, is that man showing you off without any fear or insecurities of the outside world? And yes, this means reality and social media, both of them combined. Because honestly, if he's not doing both, if he's literally not doing both, it's either one, he's insecure about you and just afraid to show you off, or he has ulterior motives and there's another bitch, excuse me for saying the B word, there's another female on his line, possibly in reality or on social media, that is conflicting or stopping him from showing you off to the world. There should be no fucking reason why he's not showing you off and blasting to the skies and back that he is infatuated and is in love with you, or you're his woman. You feel me? Like, that should not be a discrepancy or an issue at any given point in time. Have a man in your life or a significant other that follows or represents these attributes to the letter. It is in your best interest not to exploit, sabotage, or take any of these attributes for granted. It is the quickest and easiest way to create a hybrid fuckboy that goes on to destroy the female's conscious perspective on what defines a good or ain't shit guy. And honestly, that messes everything up. Communicate to that man that you recognize the value in his attributes on a consistent basis. Not only will this empower him, but this will motivate him to treat you even better than he already is, ultimately increasing his performance on all platforms. And when I mean all platforms, I mean all platforms. But definitely not least, I just want to give you all a huge thank you for kicking it with me and vibing with me all the way to the end. If you like any other content, please hit a thumbs up. If you have any questions or want me to elaborate on anything, comment below. I'll make sure I'll answer you. It is my duty to respond and cater to you guys. If you have a topic or that you want me to touch bases on or cover in any future videos, please comment. If you vibing with all the material and content that I'm bringing and putting forth, please subscribe. If you haven't already, go watch the last video on the 5 signs of why he is not the one for you. This will make perfect sense if you watch both of them, so you can get an all-encompassing understanding of what I'm kicking and the flavor I'm putting in your ear. Thank you so much. I love you guys. Love, peace, and chicken grease.
Yeah, I see you. Yeah, I see you. So I'm gone, yes. We hit the club, niggas cups full of jealous.